Show.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Poncho Show. This is for the first week of March, and as always we're going to start you off with some world news. So, Syria had a countrywide power outage on Thursday. Apparently that's pretty normal for Syria. It's pretty crazy that the whole country ran out of power. But during the last 5 years, during the whole Civil War thing, apparently power's been going out more often than you might think, so that's kind of weird.
Super Tuesday took place this week. Trump and Hillary won overall. Bernie won Vermont, the state that he lives in, only for Democrat Party.
He only won that one for the Democratic.
Yep. And Ted Cruz came in second, and Marco Rubio got third for the Republican Party.
Yep. So the Oscars were on Sunday night. Leonardo DiCaprio finally got his Oscar for Best Actor. Brie Larson got Best Actress for The Room. Spotlight wins Best Picture. And Mad Max won the most Oscars with 6 total Oscars, followed by The Revenant with 3. So, pretty good night.
Yep. Tiger Woods opened his own golf course in Texas. Tiger Woods opened his own golf course in Texas this week, and on a par 3, 11-year-old Tatum Crozer got a hole-in-one, and Tiger Woods did the course, and he got a par 3. So,
congratulations!
Time to hang it up, Tiger Woods.
And finally, Scott Kelly returned from the International Space Station after being up there for 11 months and 2 weeks. He came back and he landed in Kazakhstan or something, something over there.
At the Russian airspace.
Yep. And scientists are going to do some tests on him. They're going to compare him to his twin brother and see if anything changes in space. And they've already found that Scott is now 2 inches taller than his brother. So.
But now he's no longer 2 inches taller. He is back to normal size.
All right, well, there you go. There's some world news. Up next is weather.
Hello, it's now time for your weather. So you got your 7-day forecast. It's going to actually warm up quite a bit. You're up looking at even 60s over the weekend. Saturday's supposed to be a little bit colder. It's going to be windy over the weekend, but still fairly warm. Mostly sunny throughout the entire week. Cloudy a couple days, but so far no precipitation for the week. And you're probably going to end up experiencing a lot of mud and all that with the thaw. So there's your 7-day. And there's a comet or asteroid or whatever it is, and it's 2013 TX68, and it's 100 miles wide, or something like that. Just like that. And then this is its path of orbit. It's going around, and it's supposed to be like the closest one to Earth ever, other than the one that actually like hit and killed the dinosaurs. But so it's gonna be the closest one ever to come to Earth. So I thought that was pretty neat. And there's your weather.
Alright, welcome back to the Outdoors Show.
Yeah.
Alright, the snow geese have been flying through this week, but have been too high to shoot.
Fishing reports, the ice has been not that good lately. The weather has been way too nice and the ice has been melting.
So pretty soon there won't be any ice fishing if this weather keeps up. Now for the fishing jokes, presented by Girl Scout cookies. Why is it so easy to weigh fish?
I don't know.
Because they have their own scales.
Good.
Waiter, what's wrong with this fish?
Long time no see.
Because he wasn't in the water!
That's good.
Did you hear about the fight at the seafood restaurant?
No, what happened?
2 fish got battered.
That's a good one.
And that's all for this week's Outdoors.
Okay, here's a video segment about video games, and here's some tips and tricks you may not know about the PS4. And here is a video of some tips and tricks. And here you go.
Hey everyone, since my last PS4 tips and tricks video, Sony has added a ton of new features. So now let's go over all the new tips and tricks you can do. Once again, this video will mostly benefit new PS4 owners, but maybe you veterans will catch something that you didn't already know. And if you didn't see the first video, give it a look, because I won't be repeating any tips from that video. Anyway, enjoy. You no longer need a Facebook account connected to PSN to change your profile picture. Just use the PlayStation app on iOS or Android to take a picture right on the fly. Or you can upload one directly from your camera roll if you already have one. PS4 is always recording your gameplay, but you can also set it so that it's also recording your microphone audio as well. Going to the share menu, hitting options, going to video clip settings, and toggling this feature. It'll even record your party chat if others have it set this way too. If you want to add a voiceover to an already recorded footage of gameplay, go to the PlayStation Store and get the Share Factory app. This is Sony's video editing app, and you can add your voice or video here. If you don't want to use Share Factory, you can also export your clips to an external hard drive or USB stick so you can edit the files further on a computer. Instead of going through a bunch of menus to turn off your DualShock 4, just hold the PlayStation button for about 10 seconds and it'll turn off. If you want to play music, video, and photo files, or set up a media server for PS4, go to the PlayStation Store and download the Media Player app. When using an external hard drive or USB stick, make sure you have files on there labeled Photos, Video, and Music, all in capital letters. Place the files you want to use in the right locations for the PS4 so it can read them correctly. If you keep your PS4 in standby mode, you can use the PlayStation app on your phone or the PS Store on a computer to completely download and install a game while you're away from your system. That way it's ready to go by the time you get home. Sometimes before a game comes out, you can completely download it just a few days before the release, so that when it officially comes out, you won't have to do any waiting. You can check out the PlayStation Store to see what upcoming games support this feature. Much like the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 supports PlayStation Move and a keyboard and mouse. There's Bluetooth support included, and you can use them with supported games. There's a few creative ways to personalize your PS4 aside from the usual system decals. Sony sells different colored faceplates, kind of like what Microsoft did with the Xbox 360 back in the day, and you can even get some decals for the DualShock 4's light bar, offering a lot of pretty cool designs that flow through the light. If you go to Settings and scroll down to System, you can enable something called HDMI Device Link. This allows your PS4 to communicate with a compatible TV, so that whenever you turn your PS4 or your TV on, the other one turns on. The same way goes if you turn one of them off as well. Since launch, Sony added a ton of new voice commands. You can navigate to friends, trophies, notifications, Netflix, and you can all start them with your voice. And remember, if you don't have a PlayStation camera, you can use any microphone connected to the system. If you go to Settings and scroll down to System, you can uncheck the option Limit Number of Content Items on Home Screen. So now every piece of content you've ever downloaded is on the main screen in one horizontal list. There's a few remotes you can buy for PS4, even an officially licensed PlayStation one. But what some people don't know is that there's also support from LG and Logitech Harmony remotes as well. You can check a game's patch notes and updates by hitting the options button on a particular title and selecting the update history. While it's not entirely ideal, the PlayStation Vita can be used as a second controller for co-op if you only have one controller. Connect via remote play on the PS Vita, and then you disconnect the DualShock 4. Turn the DualShock 4 back on and log into another account. Now you have two separate controllers and accounts working. What some people don't realize is that the PlayStation 4's power cord can actually be used for most other PlayStations, including the PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 Slim, and Super Slim. Also, DualShock 4 uses the same port as most other Android phone chargers, so you can always use those chargers for your controller instead of having to connect it directly to the PS4. You can delete a game's trophy data from your account completely if you've never earned a single trophy in that game before. Since launch, Sony has added a vast array of accessibility options. Go to Settings and Accessibility so you can zoom in, get larger text, invert colors, bold the text, customize button assignment, and more.
Well, and there you go. Here's some tips and tricks on your PS4 that you may not have known about. And there's the segment for the video games on the Poncho Show.
Pause it.
Here's Jackson showing a new game on your app, on your phone, I mean.
Official
great.
Arctic Cat.
Arctic Cat game. It's pretty decent. He is a Bantera,
There's
so
some
it sucks.
professional gameplay from Jackson Lane. What's your high score, Jackson?
I don't know.
Talk about the game.
Yep, it's pretty fun. It has the 2017 Arctic Cat snowmobiles in it. Oh, I forgot. Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
do tricks also. But Jackson.
And I'm dead.
Oh, he's dead. All right,
That's
there you
all,
go.
yeah.
Yay, riveting.
One. Hello, welcome to the Russell ESPN Poncho Show. And Ty's gonna start off with some Russell sports.
Alright, Russell boys beat Great Plains Lutheran last week on Friday, winning 73 to 37. That was a pretty good game. It was also their last game of the year in regular season, and Alex Kruger got his 1,000th point in his high school career, so that was a pretty cool moment.
Fantastic.
And the boys finished their season in a loss last night in 46 to 39 game, and now able with NBA news.
Well, the Warriors are 55-5, looking to stay perfect at home. They are 26-0 so far. They're also still aiming for that 73-9 season to beat the 95-96 Bulls, and their 72-10 season. LeBron James, Stephen Curry were named the Kia Players of the Month. Yeah, pretty good. They're both doing pretty good. The last game that Kobe played in Memphis, he gave Tony Allen a signed pair of shoes and said he was the best defender he ever faced. That's pretty good. Kobe's pretty popular now. What? Miles Turner and Karl Anthony Towns were named Kia Rookies of the Month. They're pretty good athletes, especially Cat. And the 76ers forward Jeremiah Grant was fined $10,000 for throwing a water bottle at the spectator stand in the fourth quarter of a loss to the Wizards. He's pretty heated. Not tied with that NHL.
Alright, last week was the trade deadline, so got a lot of trades happening. So I'll just go over the important ones, I guess. And to start you off, Chicago and LA swapped defensemen Christian Ehrhoff for Rob Scuderi, and San Jose traded goalies with Toronto, and they traded James Reimer to San Jose for Alex Stalock in a four-man trade. Calgary traded Jerry Hoodler to Florida for a second and fourth round pick. Ottawa and Buffalo had a seven-man trade. All of them were prospects, no real big names out of there. But Carolina traded their captain Eric Stahl to the New York Rangers for a prospect named Alexei Cirilla and 2 second-round picks. And Carolina also traded Chris Versteeg to Los Angeles for a prospect and fifth-round pick, and Colorado received Mikkel Bodker from Arizona in a four-man deal. And lastly, from the trade news, Lee Stepniak was traded to Boston, and New Jersey got a second and fourth-round pick. And last night, Jaromir Jagr got he tied Gordie Howe for third all-time in points. So that was a pretty cool moment, and he's only about 30 to 40 points away from getting second all-time on that list.
Nice. How many points does he have?
Oh, he has over 1,100 points.
Pretty good. Well, now some NFL. The draft combine was just recent. It's a contest in which the country's top prospects come together and show their speed, strength, and hops. The best 40-yard dash this year was by Keith Marshall from Georgia. He's a running back, and it was 4.31 seconds. It's pretty good. It's fast. He fast. Like fast. He makes fast people look not fast. Not fast. The best bench was by Christian Westerman, an old guard out of Arizona State. He had 34 reps. And I have no clue how much weight they do, but must be a lot. The highest vertical jump was by running back Daniel Lasco out of California with 41.54 inches. And there was a tie between Daniel Lasco and Jalen Ramsey in the broad jump. They both had 11 feet 3 inches. Pretty good. The fastest three-cone drill was by wide receiver Devon Kajust out of Stanford with 6.49 seconds. Pretty fast. And the fastest 20-yard shuttle was by free safety Justin Simmons from Boston College with 3.85 seconds. And the fastest 60-yard shuttle was by wide receiver Braxton Miller out of Ohio State with 10.84 seconds. Pretty impressive guys. Also, that NDSU quarterback was there. Or he did fairly well. Yeah, he did fairly well.
Number 2.
And that's all I got.
That's all I've got too.
That's
Spring
it for me.
training started
We'll
this
see you
weekend.
next week.
All right, we're back for some school news. Jackson is very occupied with his game here, but you know what? That's fine. This game is taking over. Let me tell you what. I highly suggest it. People are enthralled with this game. So first for some school news, we're going to talk about the blood drive. Jackson here went there. He's going to tell you some stories about it.
I got there and I had to read a pamphlet to make sure I didn't have AIDS or any sexual contact with anybody. And then that was weird. And
Did you
then
pass the test?
they take me and then they tested what blood I have, and I'm A positive, if anybody's wondering. And then they took my red blood cells, and then I was done.
There you go. So head on down there and donate some blood if you're over 16. It's for a good cause. Spring break starts next week. Last day of the quarter is on Wednesday. Oh, Jackson died, but you know, it's all good. He'll be back, don't worry about it. Anyway, last day of the quarter next week, so get everything done. And spring break also starts on Wednesday. Well, Thursday, I guess, technically. But yeah, a 4-day weekend next week, and we'll get to take it easy.
Yep.
So there you have it for the Poncho Show.
Adios.
Bye.